Hey folks, just a quick check-in about this week's work. It's kind of straightforward, just the way we've been doing it all along. You got two more chapters, chapter 16 and 17. This week, as I mentioned last week, if you would like to, instead of doing another reader response, you can stick around on Wednesday to do a discussion instead of doing the written response. There had been the Birth Jazz assignment. I'd put it off once. Was going to be due this week. I'm putting it off again because we're going to just do that once we're done with The Sun Also Rises. The other thing that I pushed off for one more week is the keeping track of characters. I will actually give you all some time next week in class if you want to work on that with some of your classmates. And again, that's going to be useful for doing some of the writing at the end of the novel. Hope that you're doing well, and it's pretty simple and straightforward. It's good stuff. We're really getting in the novel. We're really getting into some of the uglier sides of some of the characters are coming out. And now that we have Romero in here, he's kind of the height of masculinity, and he becomes a focal point for Cone's and Mike's jealousies, and we see Brett's kind of uglier side exposed a little bit. We see that Jake is kind of sells himself out a little bit. So kind of all the little soap opera-y stuff, in the lens of the festival becomes kind of more intense. So it's interesting, And remember, we were talking about last week with the bullfighting stuff, how bullfighting becomes this symbol of hypermasculinity, and what does it mean, and who gets sick when they watch it, and who loves it and who doesn't love it. This week's hat is the Chicks. It used to be a women's professional baseball team. It started out in Milwaukee and it moved to Grand Rapids. Short-lived all women's professional baseball association. I just think it's kind of funny, the Chicks.